Welcome to the Green and Gold Gridiron Show. My name is Margot Morin.
And I'm Chris Sheets from Kissin' Country 103.9. Today's show is jam-packed with gridiron goodness and a special guest of Olympic proportions.
But we're going to start it all off with today's fifth quarter. We're going to check in with the former Eskimos defensive back, Ed Jones.
I think I really found my niche about 12 years ago when I started working for Habitat for Humanity as the executive director, and then worked there about 4.5 years, went to the Housing Trust Fund, worked there 4.5 years, still involved with housing and providing housing for disadvantaged folks. And then the last 3 years I've been with the city. And my main focus is to work with groups, individuals, nonprofits or for-profit groups to build affordable housing for people in need. The shelter numbers are down. There are a lot of people within this housing now. I think to date we probably got close to 3,000 units built, and we're trying to build more and more each day. Well, I'm from New Jersey. I was playing in the NFL for the Buffalo Bills, and we had a little dispute over contracts, and they kept me on until pretty much I couldn't hook on with another team, even though I worked out with Pittsburgh, the Jets, and the Redskins, and they all said I was good enough to play, but there were some problems. So that's when I had to come up to Canada if I wanted to play ball that year. So came up here at the end of '76, played 4 regular season games and 2 playoff games, and I had so much fun, met so many great people up here. Even though it was cold as all heck, I came back the next year, and that was my first trip to the Grey Cup, and been loving it ever since up here. I played in 6 in a row, and we won 5 in a row. In those days, we were able to keep a lot of the guys on one team, and I think that really was an advantage for us to have a group of guys that wanted to be here, wanted to act like family, and even today, these guys are still part of my family. Started coaching with Wilkie when he was at the U of A. I think that's about 1990, but since then I've been coaching my son from age 8. He's now going to Simon Fraser in the fall. But I still coach Pee Wee football, Bantam football, high school football, and try to squeeze some golf in there when I can.
In the Eskimos' off time, they're involved in many different charities, and this one event in particular is double the fun.
Double the fun, I get it. Once again, this year the Eskimos joined up with Tim Hortons for Tim Hortons Camp Day. We caught up with Tristan Jackson. This is tons of fun as he learned how hard it is to keep up with the pros slinging the Joe.
Eskimos are just awesome in supporting the community, but we really appreciate coming to this event especially. Our customers really get excited at seeing the players and getting involved, and it really makes them want to come out and support the day, so we thank them very much.
Oh, it feels great. I didn't know I had so much fun working at Tim Hortons. It's my first time ever working at fast food, so it's exciting and fun, but you gotta be fast. Serving coffee early this morning, a lot of people was in. You had to be really quick. Everybody trying to get their coffee in and out, so it had to be pretty quick.
It's a very huge event. Our customers know so much about it, and everybody wants to send kids to camp. It's really fun. We have several camps across Canada and a couple into the U.S., and 100% of the money goes straight to sending the kids to camp.
I would love to get into Camp Day. I'm just a few decades too old, unfortunately.
So moving on, at the start of this season, you may remember our O-line met up with Olympic gold medalist Kevin Martin. Now the tables have turned, and we're going to see how that goes for them. Check it out.
Ready to get suited up? We're ready to get suited up. All right, let's go. Follow you? All right. Yeah, follow me.
Yes. Calvin, Kyle, and Aaron were gracious enough to come out and have some fun on the curling ice with me, and so it's great to get out here on the football field. I've never been in football garb before in the uniform, and I've been an Eskimo fan since I was little, and George McGowan is my favorite guy all time. So to be out here on the field and wearing the Eskimo uniform, it's very cool for me. Hey, nice to meet you.
Man? Cool. Well, it was a great learning experience, man. I had a good time. I was with my two buddies there, two best buddies on the team, and got to do something I never had a chance to do before. I got to meet a gold medalist too. So just after the Olympics, it was a great opportunity to do something really special, and one of my fondest memories this past off season. So
they're big guys, and you know, it's neat to see how they play. Like I didn't know about the offensive line, how they do it.
well, I think we're going to put them through a little bit of footwork, what we do on a typical day. I mean, basically what we do the shoots every day here, which is basically a run progression, which teaches us how to run block. And, they do that right from tight football all the way up to professional ranks that we do every day. So we're going to show them, give them a crash course in the pass protection as well, so give them an idea of what we're looking at there. So I think he's got the athleticism and he's got the desire, so it should be pretty good.
For me, it was neat to be out here and to go through some of their drills and what they need to do and that type of thing. I think they live doing squats, I think. I think they probably do 1,000 squats a day. For a sweeper, you have to stay really low for power, and obviously for balance when other people are hitting you, it's the same thing. Now they obviously have to be a lot bigger than we do, so it's quite similar actually.
I don't think it's going to be too sore. I don't think we're going to bang around a little too much. So I think as far as that goes, he should be feeling pretty good. He'll be feeling pretty happy that he had a day as an Eskimo. I think that'll be a good thing and good memory for him too.
Oh, I wouldn't last long at all working out with the whole line. No. Their strength is incredible. It's beyond. But you know, you have to. For me, I appreciate that. Like all the hard work that it takes to get to be that strong and that good of an athlete is awesome. And it was sure nice of them to be able to come out and do this today with me. I appreciate it.
Well, I mean, when he wanted to come out, I thought that was totally fantastic. You know what I mean? Welcome to our world. And I got a bit of a crash course in curling, and hopefully we gave him a good crash course in football here. He did a great job, man. You can tell he's a good athlete, and just for having the guts to come out here, do something he never did before, and in front of everybody, and coming to the locker room, and once an Eskimo, always an Eskimo. So he's walking anytime.
I would say putting on the uniform, and we just got along so good when they did come to the Staples Center and throw a few rocks, just to meet the guys and come out on the field and have some fun.
Remember to stay tuned for the second part of Out of Bounds when Kevin Martin gets put through the paces. I bet he'll be yelling whoa and they'll be yelling harder. I guess we'll find out.
Up next in Cheers, we're taking a look at Edmonton's newest and largest all-star cheer, tumble, and dance facility. You might even catch yours truly teaching some dance classes there.
Can you teach me?
Well, I think if we mixed you in there, it would be the perfect storm.
All right.
Perfect Storm Athletics is an opportunity for kids from newborns to senior citizens to come and to train in cheer, dance, tumbling, fitness, any form of exercise they want to. For a long time, I've wanted to have a space like this. Probably the biggest priority is for the acrobatic cheerleading, having the safest environment you can. And I have a huge 54 by 42 spring floor, which increases safety many, many times over from what you can provide in a school gymnasium. Even with the school mats, you don't get that extra cushioning. So now stunting and tumbling can be done in a really safe environment, and it allows kids the opportunity to explore the ends of their skill level, because the fear level isn't so bad because they land so softly, and it's just a chance for them to really, really do well at tumbling and acrobatic stunting. I do also want to make sure we're hitting fitness for young girls and adults of all ages, and that we're here to provide dance in all genres. So whether you like hip hop or jazz, that you can come, or ballet, you can come in here and just get physically fit.
Up next with me, I have Shirley Zylstra, and you know what? She just came off the planning of the Capital X Parade, and you're going to be the planner for the Grey Cup Parade. Other than the obvious, the difference in temperature, what are the other differences between the Grey Cup Parade and the Capital X one, the one you just did?
The differences are going to be, for one thing, it's on Saturday rather than Thursday. It's going to be much shorter because it's going to be much colder, we think, although we're hoping for a very nice day. And we think it's going to be more people-oriented rather than floats and big entries like that. We're hoping that there are going to be a lot of people in the parade.
And even more fun. I was telling you that I was in Regina for the Grey Cup Parade when the Eskies were in it, and I saw like just a motorhome that had a big sign on it that said, "Hey Saskatchewan, turn your clock back." You see a lot of Canadiana in this parade, don't you?
Yes, and our theme is a salute to Canadian football, and we're hoping that just fans out there will put in simple entries like that just invoke a lot of fun.
Okay, and if they want to put an entry in, what do they have to do?
We have an application on the Grey Cup Festival website, so they should go there and check out the application. And if they have a theme that's related to football and it's fun, we want them in our parade.
It's going to be a huge part. Indoor or outdoor? I should ask that.
It is an outdoor parade.
Right?
It's going downtown because there's going to be a lot of activity downtown on the Saturday. So we are going down 102nd A Avenue and 102nd Avenue.
Okay, it's going to be great. Thank you for joining us for sure. If you want more information, go to that Grey Cup website. The next segment, we catch up with Edmonton native Chris Ciezki, who is this week's pro fitness athlete. Let's check him out.
My name is Chris Ciezki, fullback and special teamer for the Edmonton Eskimos. Today we're going to talk about my workout routine during the week. Basically, in season, I work out just basically to maintain everything that I worked for in the off season. It's part of a preventative routine that's part of, ice tubbing every day after practice, yoga once a week, massage once a week. So I'm in the gym twice a week. Before I work out, I like to get a good dynamic warm-up in, which you can see when we're out on the practice field before every practice. And then I'm in the gym for about 20-25 minutes max. That's it. Usually I work out on days 1 and 3 during a regular practice week. So 5 days before the game and then 2 days before the game are my 2 workout days. So we'll go in there, I'll show you a couple of the exercises that I do on a weekly basis and we'll check it out. Okay, the first exercise that we're going to do is a power clean. The reason that I do power clean lift for a fullback and a special teamer because it's total body. A lot of people when they first start doing these, they just try and reverse curl it. It's not an exercise for your arms, it's an exercise for your hips and your glutes. So you're going to explode through, shrug, pop your elbows up and catch it. All right, it works your hips, abs, everything. So the next lift that we're going to do is a single arm dumbbell incline press. The reason that I do this and I think it's important to my position, playing fullback on a lot of special teams, is basically you're pushing or you're grabbing or you're doing a lot of that kind of movement. You can use a dumbbell. You can use dumbbells or barbell. You can use a barbell. A lot of guys use the barbell flat bench. I like to mix it up personally. So last week I used the barbell. This week I'll use the dumbbell. And before that, I did this exercise. I did my internal, external rotation with the band, so I'm ready to go. Just get in the incline position. So my hands are gonna be supinated. And just come up, just bring them in, and I'll go right arm first, really explosive. Okay, so the next exercise that I'm gonna do is a hamstring walkout stretch. Basically works the hamstrings. There's a lot of running involved in football. So that's how this is applicable to what I do. So basically anybody can do this. You just need a mat or a place at home on the carpet, whatever. So you just lie down with your backs on the ground. Come up, a leg bridge. And basically what you're gonna do is just slowly walk out. My butt's off the ground, hamstrings off the ground, all the weights on my shoulder blades and my heels, and just slowly walk back and walk back out. All right. I'm Chris Ciezki with the Edmonton Eskimos. Thanks for joining me with my workout.
There's no wonder why Chris is in the shape he's in after watching that. All Chris's are in great shape, although he probably can't put 10 loonies in his belly button like I can.
Yeah, the mental images today, buddy.
I apologize.
So you may remember a couple of weeks back, Olympic curler Kevin Martin had a blast teaching the Esk O-line how to curl. Now he insisted on coming down to Commonwealth for a practice with the boys.
You make the call. Does he look more like Paul Osbaldiston or Danny McManus? Check this out.
All right, boys.
Oh, you're ready to go. You're rocking, got the chin on. Oh, yeah. You gotta know it's like running with pads on, so how about we take a lap? What do you think, man? We'll watch, you take a lap, we'll sit here.
At least to the midfield and back.
We'll talk about what we're gonna do. Midfield and back.
Yeah,
come on.
Okay, let's go.
Jog with it, jog. Jog with it, boys. Jog with it. Well, you got your eye blind on, right?
Yeah, no, I like that.
I like it. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
So you're going to stand about, probably, you're a tackle, so like heel toe stagger, both feet pointing straight ahead.
So you're right
a little bit wider stance, a little bit wider.
There we go.
Right about there.
Let's see your butt in the chair, like pretend you're sitting in the chair.
Like
Let's
this,
spin it
just
to me.
rest this one on your knee, like see how I'm doing right here?
Yep.
And this one just kind of on your other knee, just kind of.
There we go.
Nice and relaxed. Like you should be able to sit in this position for 10 minutes at a time, no problem.
Took you 2 hours.
Yeah, there you are. Yeah.
Good possibility that he was hustling
Right
us. This looks a little too natural.
Put your hand on the ground.
There we go.
There it is. Now we're ready to rock.
That's pretty solid, man. I knew them curlers are beasts, man. Beasts.
The key is not to bang your head on this.
Right,
Just
obviously.
have
Yep.
a helmet on.
And the key is to be a little shorter than the rest of the guys.
That's what you mean.
So you
So you
can
step through. And see as the hole comes up, your head comes up. It's easy.
real simple.
Right quick, step over that board there.
There we are now. Not bad, not bad, not bad.
Oh, I was drilled. I was pretty off balance there, boys.
We're gonna be a cadence now, right? Something to listen for.
What's
I
that?
will go set hut. Real simple cadence, okay? Now when you hear hut, now we're gonna fire off a little bit. Take those nice steps that Coach Armstrong and Coach Koch had showed you. We're coaches now, this is good, okay. Set hut. Not bad, not bad, not bad. A little sluggish off the ball there. You gotta pick that up a little bit there.
No doubt.
What do you think? A little pop there. You are an explosive creature. I can just see it.
So we're coming out fast, is that
They
idea?
want to drive through. They want to drive through.
So we're trying to drill our way through.
We
Is
want
that?
to drill. Yeah, that's right.
All right.
There we are. There we are.
Okay.
Same thing. Now we're gonna give you a little resistance after. Listen for the cadence now. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I like it. Okay, we're doing a little bit of pass protection. Getting that same stance.
Same thing as you were before. Now instead of putting your hand on the ground, you can just keep it like this.
Okay.
Because now we know the quarterback's throwing the ball, and it's a little more comfortable. Right?
Hey, Kevin, as a reference point, I'm your quarterback right here now, right? So in pass protection, you're gonna have a defensive end right over top of you, which is Coach Koch.
Okay.
Well, the objective of the play is to keep him from hitting him. More or less get in the way.
Get in the way, yeah.
But a little easier said than done.
Use those hands. Those hands are a huge asset. Use them as a weapon, man. Throw them out there.
Hands are a weapon.
Hands are a weapon. Get them off. You don't let them get into you, right? Okay, on my cadence, on my cadence. Set. Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. We're gonna give you a little bit of a pop now there, Kev. So,
Okay.
Coach Koch is gonna come off on you a little bit here. Set. Yeah. Oh. Set. Keep working. Come on, keep working. Keep working. Oh, there we go. Right, bro. Good job, man. Good job, man. Good. You finished the blocks, too. Let's get a nice punch. Kevin, let's throw them hands, man. Throw them hands, Kev. Throw them hands. Come on. Set. Hey, there we go. Drive it. Keep it up. There we go. Hey, good stuff, man. I think he wants to do more hitting, man. We're patty caking him.
Just giving it to me in the back.
There might be a spot opening up there on the PR. You know,
I'll love to sit up about there and cheer you guys on. Yeah, cheer you guys on. Oh, thanks for taking the time, you guys.
Thank you, man. Thank you for coming, man. Great stuff, man. Great stuff.
Give you a whole new appreciation for what we have.
You know, Chris, I can't decide if he looked more like McManus or Ozzy, but I can say that he would probably be a better O-lineman than either one.
Are you saying curlers are big boned, Margot?
Never.
Okay. You know what? Up next, the People of the Empire. This is cool. We're going to take a look at a couple who have been S fans most of their lives. Even one is a playwright who wrote a very special play, and we're not talking about the post pattern either. Check it out.
name is Brian Edwards. I've been a season ticket holder for 28 years now, but I've been a fan for 44 years. I remember watching the '64 Grey Cup with my dad, and I won $5 on a pool, and it got me interested. I thought, well, you know, as a young capitalist, I thought, what am I going to do? What would I have to do to get $5 again? You know, as a 7-year-old, that was a lot of money. And he told me about the Eskimos. Although they weren't in that game, he said, well, there is a team here, and a gentleman from his office was willing to give me a ride to the games if I wanted to go. So I think it was about 1966 or 67, I looked into joining the Knothole Gang, and I became a Knothole Gang member. You paid $1 for a season, you got a nice embroidered crest, you paid 25 cents a game. I just loved it. When we met, I sat in the shady side of the stadium. She sat in the sunny side of the stadium. She sat down low. I preferred to sit up high. We were not giving up our control of our little piece of heaven, as we, you know. So we'd kind of kiss at the gate, say goodbye, have a good game, and we'd see each other at the end of the game. We worked on a compromise that she would have to move up, but we'd move to the sun. It was a nice compromise. I think it's worked out well.
I'm Linda Wood Edwards, Brian's wife, and a few years back I wrote a play called True Grid, and True Grid was intended to be an homage to fans anywhere, any team, any town, any sport. And that premiered at the 2007 Edmonton Fringe to sold-out audiences, and I have a chance to remount that in conjunction with the Grey Cup Festival this year. The storyline is 4 guys times 20 years of football is 80 years of bonding and rituals and their team winning. Exit one guy, enter a lovely stranger, and watch the team start to lose and risk an end to the streak. So you sort of follow the lives of these 4 characters where really the only thing they have in common is the game, and they sort of lose their faith and get it back during an ill-fated season. A lot went into it. There's a little recognition to our friends from every city in the league, a cheer that only Montreal people do, a little plug to get a team back in Ottawa. And Brian Hall was most gracious when we asked if he'd provide voiceovers for the pre-games to sort of set the scenes advancing. And he took away my script and said, yeah, I may or may not use that, but I'll give you a tape. And he did. He followed it pretty closely. A real gentleman and a real pleasure to work with.
Who did she say she loved working with? Brian Hall? I've never heard that one before. Anyway.
Up next in teammate trivia, we have a bit of a roommate challenge. We're going to see how well Kelvin McCarty and Kelly Campbell know their roommate, Graeme Bell.
They all live together? Party house.
We're here for another edition of Teammate Trivia. We have Kelly Campbell and Calvin McCarty competing to see who knows their roommate, Graeme Bell, better. So first question, if he wasn't a football player, what would he be? A, a teacher, B, a coach, or C, a financial planner?
I would have to go with C, a financial planner. That's my financial.
Graeme Bell, teaching. I'm gonna say B, coach.
Investing money, so I'd probably be a financial planner.
What's his favorite restaurant in Edmonton? A, Joey Tomatoes, B, Famoso, or C, Skinny Legs and Cowgirls?
Joey Tomatoes.
Joey Tomatoes. Let's say it together. Joey Tomatoes.
Let's say Skinny Legs and Cowgirls.
I think he lied to you guys.
Yeah, I think so.
He was at Joey's last night and the day before that.
Okay, what's his worst habit?
Text messaging. Text messaging. I don't even have to hear that. Text messaging. He does it while he showers, while he sleep. I mean, he been there sleeping. Telling you, treatment. He be in practice in the huddle. Text messaging. Graeme Bell.
Text messaging.
Number 1, baby.
Our boss. Our boss.
Oh, yeah.
We left you hanging.
He left me hanging.
Eyeballs 3171. Always leave.
Well, Well, that does it for today's show, but remember, you can check us out next Wednesday starting at 4 p.m. on Shaw TV Channel 10. You can also go to esks.com and shawtv.com.
And remember, our half-hour show only runs every Saturday at 7 and 7:30 p.m. and Sundays at 10 and 10:30 a.m. So make sure you tune in. But until then, go Esko!
Ready?
Yep.
Doesn't look like you're ready. I'm just kidding.
We'll check that out soon.
I know. So up next, with all of that together, dance.
It's going to be good, whatever it is. I bet he'll be yelling whoa and they'll be yelling harder. We'll have to find out, I guess.
As I rudely clear my throat in the middle of your sentence.
I wanted to be an Olympic gymnast when I grew up.
I just thought of Chris in a leotard.
Not so pretty. Did they make him that big?
You can also check us out at esks.com and shawtv.com.
And Chris.
He probably can't put 10 loonies in his belly button like I can.
What's that? You can't catch me off guard like that.
But it's a good line.
Now, he insisted on coming down to Commonwealth for practice with the boys.
Yeah, now can you
What's my line? You know, Chris, I can't decide if you look more like McManus or Ozzy, but up next in teammate trivia, you just made a weird face.
With Brian Hall? That's a good one. All right, move on. No.
Look at Sharp, man. There we are. Look at Sharp, man. He's a natural. He's a natural.
I got my eye